I don't walk around with special powers now. No halo, no secret handshake, just tools. Pause instead of react. Listen instead of defend, walk away instead of burn everything down. When someone hurts me now, I try to remember. Maybe they're not evil. Maybe they're sick, confused, afraid, broken in a way that I can't see. Because I've been that person too. So instead of asking, how do I win? I ask, how do I not make this worse? Doing the next right thing isn't some grand heroic act. Most of the time it's small, quiet, and unimpressive. It's not sending the text, not taking the drink, not saying the thing you can't unsay. It's choosing peace when chaos would feel better for a second. The next wrong thing? Oh, that's easy. That's autopilot. That's ego. That's doing whatever feels good right now and paying for it later. I used to live there. Now I just try to take one step that doesn't destroy me or anyone else. It's not perfect, not always graceful, just better than before. Sometimes service isn't saving the world. Sometimes it's simply refusing to make it worse.
What's in the society?
Audio rolling. Quiet on the set.
Who are you, Reed?
I'm Reed.
And what do you do here at the bunker?
This trip I'm just visiting, thank goodness. Just closing out the documentary and kind of glad to get it over with myself. How does it feel to not come back to the bunker? It's a pretty good feeling. This place is kind of a dread to come out here, just because I know it's going to be a long, hard summer. You know, a lot of controversy, a lot of angry people.
Last night I handed you a cookie and you want to freak out in the meeting like a little
Because I don't want touching my goddamn cookie. Did I ask you for a cookie?
Nah. This guy.
You with me. You want to fight somebody? Come on.
Damn.
You can't wait to fight somebody. Bring it on.
Let's go. Okay, stop it. Cut it out. Stop. Come on. Look, y'all. Come on.
Buff y'all, man.
That's enough.
What would I have done differently? I would have tried to pin Dean down and set more ground rules on the men. You know, his style of recovery is different from mine. Of course, I learned recovery from Dean. You know, so it's like a, you know, my learning process, I remember it all. So the things I hated about it, I want to change. The things I liked about it, I want to keep. So we all come up with our own style of doing things. And yeah, I would have set different ground rules for the men, made it to where there were consequences for their behavior. Because everybody just goes wild and it's hard to herd cats. We all have a battle when we come in with our ego and our own self-esteem. And we have that all mixed up. You know, ego is high, self-esteem is low. We want to try to balance that. And the only way to get self-esteem is doing esteemable acts. So you want to do service, you want to do something good all the time. And that could be exercise, work, or actual service for other people, helping them through the program, pushing carts back at the damn grocery store, anything. Doing something for others, making you or myself not the center of all my actions.
So I met Reed on an island in the sand, and my first impression of Reed was this is a solid guy. There are certain people in my life who are, I say, they embody a sense of contentment, and that's something that I really appreciate in other people, because I am the opposite of contentment. I'm consistently moving, and so for Reed, meeting Reed and automatically being drawn to that kind of recovery, somebody who is pretty content, pretty steady, likes to work hard, likes to handle business, and there's a lot of depth there and a lot of insight, and if you take the time to get to know Reed and to speak to him at that deeper level. So Reed, we are fishing off of Dog Island in a boat, and I've never been deep sea fishing. So these are some of my early experiences with Reed. Cut to Dog Island fishing montage. That was epic, right? I mean, that's my first experience with Reed. My next experience with Reed is showing up in 2019 with my son, E-Man, and going horseback riding. I've never been on a horse. Everyone got horses, but I, for some reason, got a donkey.
Kind of stuff happen when you were drinking?
No, hell no.
Right, because you just won't be at the house drinking.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, who would have imagined I'd be in Montana riding a horse in beautiful country?
Right.
That would have never crossed my mind
Yeah, me either.
3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing. What a life. It's just like riding a horse. You just kind of sit back, relax, and a lot of amazing things come to you.
And then, you know, watching Reed work and seeing the dynamic between Dean and Reed, who couldn't be more opposite.
See, I can't freely speak because I'm on film and I know he'll see everything, so.
Oh, you can freely speak.
No, I don't dare bite the hand that feeds me.
Yeah, but this is for entertainment, so he understands.
Well, our biggest fight, ever since I've started, his theory is to save a nickel, is to spend $50 to save a nickel. Where my theory is to spend 20 bucks and it'll go a lot smoother, it'll be right the first time, we won't have to fight it.
Yeah, was it impactful? Sure. I was part of something really, really good. Great. You know, and that keeps me coming back. You know, hopefully I'm not coming back, but, you know, yeah, I mean, I know I'm doing something good for my fellow man, and, you know, it's an esteemable act every time I come out here.
The combination of them two, I think, is why they've been able to really get so much accomplished together, from the houses that Reed's built in Florida to a massive undertaking of what they did with an underground bunker in Montana. I think construction-wise, it's a pretty fabulous undertaking, and they were able to accomplish a lot because of the team of them together.
No comment.
Yeah, I mean, technically it can we're all doing a lot of things in service for others, but the deep down part is so I can survive and stay sober and clean and live a good life. So it is kind of selfish, but if you get it through others, it's just how it is. I don't know how to explain the difference, but.
Reed is a family man first. I think that's one of the things that resonates with me as well, because I feel like that's my most sacred duty here on the planet. And I think Reed really takes being a father seriously, and those summers having Steven with him, who gets a little bit of camera time, but didn't want to really be a part of the show. I think those were really big moments for Reed and Steven to spend those summers together in the bunker.
But I got my son with me, is probably my greatest joy. I get to spend the summer with him again.
Steven, state your name, all that, you know, just so that's
I'm Steven. I'm a guy, not an alcoholic. Here I am.
So, why are you in Montana?
Mostly here just for Dean and my dad. Just trying to help them out as much as I can and, you know, make a little money for the summer.
And your dad is actually part of the program.
Mm-hmm.
How does that feel to see Reed, or your father, in recovery in general?
You know, he's come a long way over the years, and he has, 3 years sober now. You know, it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle for me and him. But, you know, it's good to see that he's trying and he's still persevering and doing okay. He's not drinking, he's not doing nothing dumb, so that's the best part about it.
Well, you know, we've been doing construction projects and bringing in broken souls for a long time. You know, we've been doing 30 years. You know, we had a project that we bought years ago. It was the guy that founded all 12-step programs, Bill Wilson, or Bill W. in Vermont, the next town over from where I'm from. We came to that's where Reed had his last drink, right next to the Wilson house. So,
as far as me, is the program working for me? That happened right after my last relapse up in East Dorset, Vermont, 50 feet from Bill Wilson's birthplace. You know, I got hooked up with a couple of old guys, and they had like 70 years between them, and they probably drank together. They knew each other a long, long time. But their discussions were about people in the program going out and dying. You know, and the subject of that conversation was the more time you have in the program and then you go out, the quicker you die. You know, so that led me to believe that this is a lifelong disease. It never stops, never goes away. You have to change your lifestyle. You have to change the way you think, because we're gonna battle this disease forever. And that led me to believe that I can never drink again. I can never drug again. I have to change my life. I have to follow a recipe forever. And you know, I jumped in the program feet first. Service, service, service. Nothing else matters but this program. And I got hungry for knowledge, and that hasn't gone away yet.